Mine is becoming more greenish.
Yeah, it's green. It's supposed to be an earthy kind of green, like a dark green. So if you use, we're using yellow ochre and cerulean blue. And these are the two colors that are in the painting already. So it's nice. It will have a nice harmony and connection in the colors. We're not bringing a completely different color. Okay, so now I'm just going to go over what we did last time, just to bring that color. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to cover it with we're going to put other colors here. It's not going to be only these two. It's not going to be green and green only. Let's curve it a bit, because we're looking at this lantern from the bottom. So we're going to see a bit of curved. What am I doing here? Let me see.
So it's supposed to look green?
Well, that's just the first layer. We are going to put other colors on top, but the green is a good color. It will connect with the shutters and it won't blend in with the wall too much. So I tried to do Payne's gray, and it turned out to be too strong, too dark. So the green is a good option. Just gonna put a tiny bit of raw umber in here, because I was trying the colors and it turned out to be too light. Cover this. There's no need for this little thing here, little detail. Okay. So let's put another layer right now, keeping the green showing through a bit. So if you see some green that's showing through, don't try to cover it. So this layer is going to be burnt sienna mixed with cadmium red light. All right, there. And I have the green here, so keep some green from before, from the first layer ready next to it. And let's take yellow ochre and put it in here too. Okay, that's nice. All right. So this part here is lighter than this, than the right part, than the right side. All right, let's now, I'm going to be shaping a bit. If you put too much red, it's going to look too red. So keep in mind that if you find that it's looking way too red, use burnt sienna more, because red is strong. It's going to take over. Oh, I love that. This is going to look really good. Ah. Okay. I'll start adding a bit more yellow ochre in here.
That looks very rich.
Mm. Can you hear the what's happening outside?
No, it's happening outside.
Oh, nothing. Our neighbors have construction going on.
Oh,
It's good that you can't hear it. I'm going to be highlighting soon. It's starting to blend with the wall a bit. I'm going to bring in some titanium buff. Mix it with the mixture of the burnt sienna and red and yellow ochre and titanium buff. Okay. Dip my brush in a bit of water here, and this is a round brush, small round brush, and clean it. Oh, it's awesome, but it's blending with the wall. So I'll have to use some other colors in here as well. I'm going back to the green. So this color now needs some anchoring. And I'm going to use in a minute raw umber. I know I'm going fast. I will stop in a minute. That's raw umber. And it's more like a glaze, this raw umber. It's not really heavy and thick. So you can see through, you can see the greens and the reds. I'll be highlighting this. This green here that I added is yellow ochre cerulean blue, and then I added white in here to highlight it because it wasn't highlighting, it wasn't giving me a strong highlight before. So I added white to it, and I'm going to be highlighting more, but slowly. It's not something that is going to be done in one. I have to wait for it to dry, so it dries to the right color, it dries darker, then I'll highlight more. Now, meanwhile, because I'm waiting, I'm going to take titanium buff and a light cerulean blue. So it is, you could take cerulean blue, touch of cerulean blue, put it in your titanium buff for the glass part. Now, okay, so this part up here shouldn't be that light. The light color should be at the bottom, and I'll show you what we can do. We can take, I usually take raw umber in this case, because it's off-white, kind of a light blue. I'm going to take slowly just a bit of raw umber here. It's right there, right here, right here. So this is titanium buff, and I put a bit of cerulean blue in it, and now I'm putting raw umber, and let's see. Yeah, that's good. That's awesome that's really good for the first layer.
Sorry, that was raw umber and cerulean blue?
No, that is titanium buff. It's right here. Can you see it? You see it, right? It's showing in the.
But what's in it?
Yeah, I'll show you. So this is titanium buff. This is a touch of blue in here from the cerulean blue.
Okay.
And raw umber. Very small amount of raw umber there. This is perfect. And this is just for the first layer, because we're going to be highlighting all this. Now, at this point, what I do is I adjust the iron part and make it narrower because it was too big before. Okay. Now I have to do some adjustments after. Let's take white slowly. White, put it in the same color. Touch of blue. And highlight from the bottom up. But don't go all the way up. Just the bottom part. I'm cleaning my brush. And I'm going to take, it doesn't matter which color I'm taking, just a bit of the color of the iron. Oh, geez. Every time I try to fix it, okay. All of this part, because it's underneath, it's this is right now, what I'm putting is raw umber right here, because I need this part to be dark. And then I'm going to take that's green again, cerulean blue, and yellow ochre. Okay, let's take some white.
Sorry, what was the base you used with the white?
The cerulean blue and yellow ochre.
Sorry.
And I'm highlighting this color right now with white, but very carefully. So more of the top part of the iron, you know, the lantern. I'm not pushing it down. I'm trying not to push it down, because see what happens? The white desaturates the color. So I really have to be careful where I'm putting that highlight and how much of it I'm putting in there.
So your surface is more greenish. Mine looks bronzy,
What does it look like?
like bronze.
Bronze?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's fine.
Sounds
What,
right.
do you like it?
It's fine.
Mine is greenish because I put another layer, like I put a layer of green in there. That's
So
why
you-
it's greenish.
So you're putting yellow ochre and
and
blue and
yeah,
blue
and yes,
where your highlights should be.
yes,
And then you just keep adding white, like titanium white or titanium buff.
titanium white.
Oh boy, I think I missed a few steps.
That's okay. It's all right. It's just this is a back and forth kind of to get that richness. You have to do a couple of layers. It's okay. It doesn't matter if you mixed a few steps. You go back and adjust. That's what I'm doing. I'm going back and forth and adjusting. It
So-
doesn't happen from the first time.
On the dark side, then on the right-hand side,
Yeah,
what colors are you using to keep the darkness, to keep the shadow?
raw umber. On this side, I'm using raw umber, and you could just grab some with your raw umber, some, if you want, some of the burnt sienna, so we don't lose the reds completely.
Okay.
See, I'm putting burnt sienna and raw umber here a bit over. So I don't want it to be too much green or too much red in here. So I'm playing around with the colors, and that's why it will look really nice if you do that. If I want to highlight and it's too dark, I'm going to take yellow ochre. I'm dabbing. And if I want to show a detail, and I can't see it, if the detail is not showing properly, I'll show you. I'm just adding white now. So if I want to show a detail that's not, I can use the burnt or raw umber, raw umber to show that beautiful detail. I'll show you in a minute. I'm just working on this part right here. So when I'm highlighting, I'm trying to highlight more with the green. Dab, dab. Now, I lost some detail in here. So what I'm going to do, clean my brush take raw umber. It's raw umber and green right now. Because the camera is in my face right now, I feel like I'm working with the microscope. Because I'm working through the camera. It's in my way. Okay. All right. That's good. Let's take some of the green. Okay, that's good. All right, let's take now, I think that would look nice if I make the glass more blue. So I'm taking white and cerulean blue. Oh yeah, that's much nicer. This is raw umber, cerulean blue, and white. And I'm darkening a bit that upper part. Because this glass bends, and even if it doesn't bend, this part is going to cast a shadow over the upper part of the glass. We have to take a break to find a project, new project. For this project, so last thing we're going to do after I just made this part of the glass a bit darker using cerulean blue, touch of white, and raw umber. And it's like a glaze. It's not heavy paint. Now, the same thing. I'm taking cerulean blue, bit of white in my cerulean blue, touch of raw umber to tone it down. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Add this blue here and there. So it's not, it looks much more interesting. And it brings the blue back into this iron. Not much, just kind of very, very soft. And it's up to you. If you don't want to do that, no problem. You don't, it just brought some of the blue back into this. That's it.
It's
This
such
is
a
a-
cool painting.
Yeah, this is a combination of the color of the wall. So I used, I think I did use yellow ochre, touch of red in my yellow ochre. This is cadmium red light, and raw umber. And I made a glaze, and I just glazed the wall just to anchor it because it was floating. It looked like it was floating. So just to anchor it to the wall, I created a shadow behind it. And that's it. Yeah, it's a fun painting.